through love. Oh, you know we had to do it, right? Brother empowerment. It's been a long helping brothers to break through without breaking. With international viewership, that means that we are getting our message worldwide and nothing can stop us from showing our brothers and their family love. So you know we had to do it right. Come on now. Brother empowerment, we about to do it. Let's go. We love you guys. Come on,
let's go, let's go. My brother hit my phone, said, bro, let's go, let's go. We gotta build a home, we gotta build a throne, somewhere that we can roam. Let's get these brothers up and start to build each other up. It's time for us to level up and power. Yeah, we stepping up higher from the fire that ignited from the heavens up. Now it can't expire, cause my brother's always checking up. On me, put your blessings up. Homie, never letting up. On me said, call me if you need, and couldn't believe it. I finally found brothers that's healing, now I receive it. Cause they invited me to breathe in all of the meaning of the true brotherly love. Just what I needed, man, it's such a vibe to build with brothers through the struggles. Man, it's such a high to have them help you through your troubles, make you feel alive. Cause as they raising your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart, wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment Day.
So if you have been under a rock for the last 3 years, Brother Empowerment is a show designed to help brothers and their families to break through without breaking. This is not one of those bashing shows, but it is an opportunity to have healthy conversation. We even disagree, but it's not about telling people what they ought to do, but having a conversation where we're hoping that something that is said will make the lives of those listening and those that may know a little better.
Yep.
Before we get into our unofficial special guest, bro, how was your week?
Man, this week has actually been pretty good. I did a video, I believe it was probably 2 days ago, and
good for you.
So I did a video talking about just, wellness and maintaining the vessel and the machine that is your body. So in the past 2 weeks, I've gotten all my, health stuff out of the way. The dentist, the chiropractor, the annual physical, on top of still working out and stuff. And so, like I said in my video, when I got adjusted, because I had never been to chiropractor before, so I never needed to, and I still don't necessarily need to, but I just went for general wellness. I felt like a new man when she adjusted me. She was just like in the video. They get up there and you have those pops and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh, okay. So I got a feeling like brand new. So it's been a good week. It's been some household expenses that have come up and really just irritated my soul. But other than that, man, it's been pretty good. So how about you, man?
This week actually has been interesting. It's funny you talk about that because I did go in for my wellness check and I was doing well, like last year up until about May. So somewhere between May to now, I gained 17 pounds. And so now I'm getting back on track to lose that. But when they did when they looked at my numbers and everything, my numbers are about the same. So I have the type of anxiety and type of stress that I swell. And so, we had, we had 6 people die in my family. Yeah. And then my god brother just died. So this year has been a lot. And then also recalibrating to make sure I made the decision to really focus on love is a parable exclusively. Meaning all the things that we wanted to do, all the things that we said that we're going to do, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I was trying it the other way. Like people say, well, do graphic work or do this or do that. I'm going to tell you now. Anybody that's listening, don't fall for those distractions because the distractions prolong the division because it becomes division. And it's very important to understand that people will come to you and say, well, you got to make this money so you can do your dream. No, if you keep on following these side hustles, you will just be a side hustler. And so I had to make that decision to be like, you know what? Let me focus on Love is a Parable exclusively, because I hate being stagnant.
Yep.
And I felt like we were being a little stagnant this year, and we're not doing that.
Yeah.
That's why Come On, Let's Go is so appropriate.
Yep.
So that's it for that. I don't think I have anything else. That's what I've been on, man. So who you want to do? You want to do our special guest, or you want to see who on first?
So let's do our special guest first.
Special guest, who are you?
Tell the people.
Now people know who I am. I'm Uncle Marcus, the uncle of these two trash nephews who every time I turn around are bashing me about something.
We didn't bash you, we'll see you.
Good to be back. I appreciate it. It's been 2 years since you had me on here.
Well,
what?
Your bird catching business took off. And it's a lucrative business. It's a lucrative business.
Ooh.
It's a lucrative business.
Really?
Yes, Johnson & Johnson. It's a name everybody knows.
Yeah.
The good job.
You already know when you pull in the yard, I'm going to push you in the dirt. You already know it.
It's going to be a slow fall animal road.
You gonna yell too?
Yeah, you're going to take the whole thing and you go,
Man, go ahead. Yeah, uncle is an uncle, and uncle is an uncle.
Yeah,
he's an uncle to everybody, man. He's the last of the Mohicans of these uncles. It's not many that are still around like that, and I do appreciate you, Uncle Marcus. You felt like family day one, literally. I do always feel welcome there. I feel welcome. I love the advice you give. You know, when you're serious, it's great advice. Sometimes
I'm not serious. It's still great advice. It's just a lot of now. You know, I know this is a family show, so you know I try to. So you know what my advice comes with.
Yeah, we definitely gotta leave that out. Definitely gotta leave that out.
Okay, man, go to say who we got watching.
Oh, just want to say if we don't shout you out, please leave us a comment in the comment section so we don't miss you. We like to really, shout everybody out and interact with everybody in the audience. But as for right now, we got Mohammad Sadat, aka Mo, on.
Mo,
what's going on, Mo? And we have my Booski, my love, aka She-Hulk.
Hey, Booski,
what's going on, babe? We got Aquarius is here. What's up, Aquarius?
What's going on, Aquarius?
Oh, Uncle got some volume, get some feedback back there. We got we got Zach Knowles in the house. What's up, Zach? And we got Chanel in the building.
What's up, Zach? Chanel? Hey, Chanel.
We got Kimberly Woods McGee in here. What's up, Kim?
Hey, Kimberly.
And Rashida said the Uncle Marcus. Yeah, we gotta put some.
Thank you.
No, it's the Uncle. He's just a
You know who loves you, boo.
It's just the Uncle Marcus. It's the Uncle Marcus. That's it.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
No, not the. She said the. See, the is for the fancy people.
She and I know what the is. Don't you worry about the the.
Oh shoot! And my mom is on this. Hey, mama.
Hey, sis.
Hey, Mama Jackie. Look, she was gonna be on now because she ready to laugh.
Yeah,
she already knows she.
And she put them eyeballs when I put it on my page. Put the eyeballs up. I said, "Oh, mom, gonna be on tonight." Okay.
Yeah, because she knows that she never knows what's gonna come out this mouth. So
that's two of us, Uncle, because I don't know what's gonna come out my mouth. So
well, I already know how disrespectful you can be. So
well, look, Bass gone.
Oh, that's right. Mike Bass was gone. What's going on, Bass, man? He ain't say nothing, but yeah. That's right. And we got Big A, Adrian Ragland's in the building. Big A, go ahead and put some in the comment section so we can,
You know she don't do nothing she don't want to do. Don't tell her what to do. Do whatever you want to do, Adrian.
Hey, boo. Hey, Adrian.
That's right. But working out while listening.
There we go, man. That's right.
She gonna stop working out after she started laughing. So, Uncle Marcus, we switch it up this year.
Okay.
We're not asking people what they want to talk about. We actually are doing.
You stopped that a long time ago.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Well, now we're doing quotes. So we want to know your thoughts on these quotes, and we just randomly select quotes. We don't even look at them long. We just cut and paste.
Okay.
So a lot of times they new to us as we sitting there looking at it and be like, why we did this one? Okay, so you ready, Uncle Marcus?
I'm gonna do the best I can.
Huh?
One of the time we did.
We did this one already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm glad you remember. Oh, okay. Well, here go the next one. Every time you state what you want or believe, you're the first to hear it. It's a message to both you and others about what you think is possible. Don't put a ceiling on yourself.
Yeah.
The Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah. We got Big Sis in the house. Hey, Tara, who just put out that fire video.
Rocking the Truth or Nothing shirt.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think for most of the people I know, that quote is they live it every day. I don't know many people, who put a ceiling on themselves. Most people I know are always striving to do way more than what they're doing now. They're never satisfied with the position they're in. So you should just wake up every morning and tell yourself that whatever goal it is you want to accomplish, you need to get yourself motivated to do that every day. We've been in this pandemic. It's like I'm like most folks. I've gotten lazy, and some days I just lose motivation and don't want to do anything but lay on the couch, like we do on Sundays. But every so often, I get a little spark and get up and look at some crypto information, look at some stock information, try to find the next big thing to put a little money in here and there so that I can leave a little something for my nephews and my stepchildren, and not you, Jay.
I knew you was talking about that one. You talking about that?
No, leave a little something for the people that you love. So I agree with Miss Oprah Winfrey that you should never put a ceiling on yourself, and you should always be striving.
Yeah.
Yeah. This goes into, bro, what you and I were talking about earlier.
I was thinking the same thing.
It goes into what we were talking about earlier this week, and your video that you put out yesterday, I believe. It just, she's right. You are the first person to hear when you speak about what you want or what you believe or anything like that, and those things have power. I didn't really even put, I won't say buy into, but I didn't really believe about speaking things into existence and the power of the spoken word until I met Jay and really had conversation. He was like, man, you have to be careful about what you say, because what you say, and when it give it life, it tends to take form and to happen. And so we're just talking about how just the video he put out about how he spoke something over his life years ago and he didn't even know it. Like, that's really real. And so you definitely want to be mindful of what you say. And if you want something, you speak it out. We don't know when things are going to happen, but if you speak it and you believe it, it's more than likely going to happen, but we don't know when or how. And as far as don't put a ceiling on yourself, yeah, I think that too many people do that and they don't even know it. When they say, man, I don't know if I could do that, or I'm good right here because that right there is too much for me. You don't know that. You don't know what you can do until you really just sit out there and really just start set out to breaking the barriers and doing the work. You don't know. So she's exactly right. Don't put a ceiling on yourself. If she would put a ceiling on herself, who knows if she would be where she is right now.
Yeah. Tara said little hurdles add up. If you say I can't get the laundry done, you can't. People say negative things, not thinking it matters.
Absolutely.
Lenora just made it on.
What's up, Lenora from Lenora Pours?
Hey, Lenora. Sean just made it on.
Sean, our YouTube land warrior. What's up, man?
I will say that I don't think a lot of people realize the ceilings they put on themselves.
Right.
I think that people have conditioned themselves to talk out both sides of their neck so much that they don't realize that they're doing certain things. Like, they will project, I want this, but say, man, I never get that because of such and such, or it's always something stopping me, or it's always this, or it's always that. And going to my point is that I always knew that I was intelligent. I always knew that I could get a lot of things. But one of the things that I used to do is I hated the attention associated with being gifted and talented. Mm-hmm. Like when you're special and when you got a lot going on, it does draw attention. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times people don't like that attention. That's why people don't believe like some of the biggest celebrities like Michael Jackson or Janet Jackson, they literally are extremely shy. Mm-hmm. What Michael Jackson was. And so I'm one of them who is truly an introvert, but because of the things I like to do has me on display as if I'm an extrovert. Mm-hmm. And so being around a lot of people, having a lot of attention, I hate that. So I used to, instead of running for president, I run for vice president. Instead of running for a leadership role, I'll just be like a committee member or something like that, because I didn't want the attention. Because here, when you do something well, people tend to compare it to another person. Yeah. And if another person doesn't do something like you do it, it sends the message to sometimes that person, like yours is not great. Mm-hmm. So I used to, like, when people used to draw, even now, people do graphic work. I don't ever say I do graphic work. Mm-hmm. I don't ever say that I'm a poet. I don't ever say any of that, because I like to see other people shine. Mm-hmm. But what I didn't realize is that I was teaching myself to dim my light. I was teaching myself not to move forward, but I thought it was coming as humility. Mm-hmm. I thought it was coming as, you know, be humble about what you got going on. But truth of the matter is, some of these things guise themselves as a good character trait. Yeah. And they really are self-defeating, self-sabotaging. And it's really a ceiling that you've created. Just because you can't see the ceiling doesn't mean the ceiling isn't there. And I think sometimes we entertain that. Right. And I think a lot of our ceilings are just glass ceilings.
Break them. Shatter them joints.
Let me see. Rashia said, words can be poison or medicine. Speak light and love over yourself. Come on, Booski.
That's right, babe. Talk that talk.
Ownership is empowerment. Come on, Zach.
Yeah, yeah.
Aquarius said, yes, that humility can be more of a shadow or a cloud. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Come on. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
No,
I'm just joking, man. I was gonna say you speak things not as they are, but as you want them to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one says, the torture of being the unseen object and the constantly observed subject.
That was you on it.
Ooh.
Did you just describe yourself?
Ooh. Yeah, that's heavy though. But yeah, in that point, yeah. Wow. Felicia just made it on. Hey, Felicia.
Hey, Felicia.
Wow. Oh, so you want to tackle that?
I agree with Unc. Jay, and you just really described, how you. But no, I can get how that could be something that is torturous. I mean, when people don't really see you, but they're always tampering with you or talking about you or all that stuff. I can't imagine how that. Well, I actually can't imagine how that really feels. And to me, that's worse than torture. I don't know what's worse than torture, but that's something that really can just literally kind of break your spirit.
Yeah, what I got from this is they don't want the servant, but they want the service.
Right.
And what I hated, and it's been bothering me this week too, because I have been watching the R. Kelly trial, and I have been just like reading the transcript and things like that. And so when the gentleman made his statement, there were a lot of people that were connected to me that I know was saying like, well, he only did something that he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. He was 17 years old. And I'm like, I don't think y'all understand the art of manipulation.
Right.
Like manipulation will have people doing things that they don't necessarily want to do Because most times that manipulation happens, a person is unaware of it until after some type of impact wakes them up.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, we think people can outgrow manipulation, or they can outlearn manipulation. They can get some type of degree and that'll stop the manipulation. No. What do you think gaslighting is?
Mm-hmm.
And so I say all of that to say that people will, especially because this happened to me, this happened to me more so in the church.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted you to sing on the praise team. Then they wanted you to teach Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
Then they wanted you to design the flyers and all of that for free, talking about, well, this is your reasonable service because God gave you these gifts.
Mm-hmm.
But they never wanted to include you in conversations to make change or to make impact. They was like, no, we just need you to sing. No, we just need you to do this. Or no, we just need you to do that. And that's the same thing that happens to a lot of us. Now, this is people of color collectively.
Mm-hmm.
They want the Chinese restaurants, but they just don't want the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They want the dark skin. They want the curly hair. They just don't want the black people.
Mm-hmm.
They want the music. They want the food. They want all of that, but they don't want the people where it come from.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is when you step into a room, you're not worthy enough to speak, but you're worthy enough to serve.
Right.
So you won't trust my mouth, but you'll trust my hands.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Let me go to what these people are saying on here.
I thought I was ready for the sermon. I had got my Bible out.
Aquarius said unseen, but constantly observed, or should we say critiqued?
Yeah, I think all that is in there. It's
all of the above,
yeah. Yeah.
It's implied.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, Kenya.
What's up, Kenya?
From Critical Conversations,
yep.
Word Crumb.
I was just on there earlier. They was talking about West African cuisine. It was amazing.
And I tried to tune in, but I was on my other thing. I tried to tune in because when I saw food, I was like, ooh, yeah. But I can't. I'm on this one.
Don't worry, bro.
I was on another live.
I held it down for us, bro. Don't you worry about
it. So Aquarius said, I think it boils down to being misunderstood. People just not knowing who you are, but judge you from a lens of thinking they know you. It's frustrating.
I think that's one of the things, yeah.
Karen said that quote hits so deep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live in the background of my own life because I felt so judged by others. I didn't understand it was because they knew that my light was going to outshine theirs.
Yeah.
Man, listen. She said all of that.
And it would be, yeah. And that probably wouldn't even be a thing if people weren't so concerned with measuring or dampening someone else's light. Like that probably wouldn't even be a thing. If you're working on your own light and your own stuff, you don't have time to worry about someone else is going to be better than you or to even compare because you're worried about you competing with you. And I think that's one of the problems. People are in competition with everything else, which is the wrong kind of competition, but they're not in competition with themselves.
Well, I think because they don't know themselves. They only know them as a response to everything that has happened.
Yeah.
So they know how people receive them, but they have never received themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
And so a lot of times it does become a competition of actually the reception.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't realize that's why they get angry at people who speak out about the things that they've been through. The people who always say, well, why are you speaking out now?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're dealing with their trauma and they are afraid to address it because they don't have the confidence. So they'll say, you know, I'm wrestling with mine. Who are you not to wrestle with your struggles?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know you. So they get mad when a person becomes fully aware of who they are and realize your words don't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
When you understand who you are, your words don't matter. People that I care about, I give permission of value.
Yeah.
So if I care about you, I value what you say. If I care about you, I value how you feel about certain things. But there are certain people I don't value the words that come out of your mouth. It's certain people I don't value anything. There's people all the time that give me so much advice, and I'm like, I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
I reject that thing. Like, and I just sit there with a nod. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Zach said sub is a prefix that means under, beneath, etc. I don't know how to say that. Ob?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go with ob.
Yeah.
He's so smart, Zach. Ob is the prefix that means toward.
Okay.
Okay. Ob also means across from. There are power dynamics involved in that last quote.
Okay, I see what he's saying. Okay.
You heavy.
Yeah.
You heavy.
Okay.
So he was like object versus subject.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thank you.
You better value it depends on the day. Because that girl prayed for me and started singing. I forgot what was the song you started singing? Aquarius. I said I rejected. I said, Father, don't hear this prayer. don't hear this prayer. Rashid said, comparison is the thief of joy. Being so concerned about your light, they'll dim their own. All light is beautiful.
Yeah, that's why we got.
It was action. That girl prayed for me and talking about action.
The regular prayer.
Right after the prayer, that was like the prayer, like the sermonic selection to the prayer.
Okay.
I said, Father, I apologize. Don't hear her prayer. Yeah. What you want to add to that, Uncle Mark? You want to add anything else?
No, you guys pretty much covered it. But I think today people always are coveting what they see. They just, everybody just with social media and all the stuff that's on TV, you're always seeing something that you think you want to be or you think you want. And, people really don't understand that no matter what, all your happiness starts with you. It's going to start and end with you. So, torturing yourself to just be liked by people, to be understood by people, to have people's acceptance, it's still never going to make you happy. You have to start with yourself, and you have to know what makes you happy and what makes you content in life. And you can't always look to other people and feel like what they have or what they bring is going to complete your life. You just need to focus on you, what makes you happy, what brings you pleasure, and just do the things that you were called to do. It's just that simple. Not everybody knows that right off, but it takes time for a lot of people. And some people, they just go through life, like you said, with people never encouraging them, just always telling them, you ain't no need for you to try that. That's just gonna fail. And after a while, that just grows on people, and people don't try anymore, and they don't express themselves like they used to because they always get negative feedback. But that's where you need to change your circle. That's where you need to change your people, and you need to be aware when people are trying to degrade you and steal your joy, and just make you feel like you're worthless. And too many people feel like that now.
Well, I think Misha was coming in right with what you were saying, Uncle Marcus.
Hey, Misha.
She laid, hey, Miss Misha. She said, you validate you. Tell me, hey, guys. Well, Uncle Marcus, I'm going to ask you this. Like, when did you get to a point where you didn't let the opinion of others affect you?
When I was in college. I mean, I've never really focused on what other people had to say anyway, because they never paid any bills. They never, like you said, they never had any value in my life, so it wasn't a big thing. I mean, you listen to people and they spit at you, but for the most part, if it's not something that I felt like was valuable information, I didn't take it. Me and my sister talk all the time about my dad. And my dad was married 3 times, and he would always try to tell us about marriage. Sir, no, you've been married 3 times. There's nothing I'm going to listen to you, what you got to say. You have to understand where it's coming from. So you can't just take people's advice who have no experience in whatever it is that you're taking their advice for. It's kind of like, it's kind of like IT and, people are like, well, I can do this. And I'm like, yeah, you can do the practice, but you don't know the theory behind the practice. So when that doesn't work, are you going to know how to fix that? And that's life. A lot of people can practice a lot of stuff, but they don't know the reasoning or the theory behind why you do what you do. So I think people just want the end product, but they don't want to put the work in to create that entire product. They just want the end result.
Yeah.
And we're in a time when everybody just wants that end result. They don't want to work for it. They just want it given to them. I don't want to have to do all that. Can't you just give it to me? So I think that's where all this comes in, that people just, they want instant gratification. And for most people, it doesn't happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
Misha said, and always be true to who you are, kind of echoing what you said.
Yep.
And then Adrian came in with the support. And Misha said, Misha said she don't give a poo what others think. I value only the opinions of those who intentionally care about my overall well-being. Mm-hmm. And then Sean just came in saying, even bad advice is valuable. It teaches you what not to do without having to make the mistake yourself. And Aquarius said, you can't take advice from people who haven't experienced or been where you're going. It's the blind leading the blind. And I do think that there are different type of people too, because I'm more like you, Uncle Mark. I've always kind of did what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And so because I'm that way, some people will say like, oh, you hard-headed, or oh, you're stubborn, or you're this, or you that. And you're not any of those things.
You just know what you want, and you just know how you feel about things, and you know what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. It's just that simple.
But the sad part is it's not tolerated when you're a child. Mm-hmm. And by the time you reach adulthood, for a lot of people, the damage is done because it's been 17 years of stop acting like that, stop doing that, stop doing that. So when they get into adulthood, they've been conditioned to really not do what they want to do. Yeah. Really not say what they want to say. And so we wonder why people are having, like, when people have mommy and daddy issues in their 30s and 40s, and people like, you this old and having that? Well, it's probably because you finally get into an age where you realize, like, I could have been me all along.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I could have been me all along.
There are people my age who are still not themselves. They're in their 50s and they're still trying to figure out who they are, their place in life, why this happened, why they are not here, why they're not there. I mean, I think that's something we always do. But I think it's more gratifying if you do it your way. And if you fail your way, at least you did it your way. Mm-hmm. But if you fail somebody else's way, then, you never know what you could have achieved if you had just done it your way. So you're better off just any people that you, and I've kept my circle, and most people will tell you, you can be mad, you can get in your feelings. I just block you. I just don't talk to you. I mean, that's you. Now, if you want to have a grown folks conversation, that's fine. We can have that. But I don't deal with people who have problems with communicating and telling me exactly what it is you want and how and you want. But I think too many people don't do that now. People just, they just gloss over stuff. And, they just let it fester. And then when it blows up, everybody's, is arguing and fussing about stuff that could have been solved months, years ago, if you had just had the conversation.
Yeah, I agree on.
Well, Misha said, "Preach." And then Aquarius says, "Society has taught us to wear a mask daily. We get to the point where we literally forget that it's a mask." Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Yeah. Well, I think people are conditioned not to trust people. People are conditioned not to open up and really tell people how they feel because they never know if those people are going to use that against them. Mm-hmm. So they never really open up. Like when we get together, we just talk and we don't worry about it going any further. But there are a lot of people who don't have those options where they can just talk and be open about everything and not worried about it, coming back to bite them in the end. But everybody needs that. I tell all my women friends, you need at least one male friend who's going to tell you the truth about everything.
Yeah, I think to add to your point, we've been conditioned to not trust ourselves.
Right.
Because everybody is telling you what is best for you.
Yep.
And when somebody is protecting you, and somebody is taking care of you and nurturing you, or somebody's part of your village or your community, they tend to take the value out of your voice. And so when people say they got trust issues, a lot of times they just they don't trust themselves to make the right decision.
Yep.
So they project it onto the people when really it's an issue with self, because you've never really stood up for self, validated self, or even embraced or accepted self.
Yep. Yeah.
And so they can't even have those conversations. Like, some people don't even know how to lose control, meaning just let go. Like, stop trying to control you. Stop trying to control the situation. Cry if you need to cry. Scream if you need to scream. But they don't know how to do that, Uncle Marcus, because they haven't accepted them yet.
Yeah. Well, Jay, that's when you gather all the information, you take it in, you process it, and you make a decision. That's marriage. You get married, you don't know whether it's going to work or not. You don't go into marriage thinking it's not going to work. You just get married, and next thing you know, you're married 25, 30 years. You just don't think about things like that. Sometimes you just go into it, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But you can always say, I tried it, but it didn't work. If you never tried, you never know. You miss all the shots you don't take.
Yep.
Kobe.
Come on. Ahmed came on. He said, hey, brother, sorry for being late.
What's up, Ahmed, man?
Misha say hey, look, slap on.
What's up, Slap cuz?
Well, let's get to another one. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear.
Absolutely true. Once you get your mind made up and you know exactly what it is you want, and you know there's no other way for it to get done, then there's no need for you to be scared anymore. You once again, that's marriage. When your mind is made up and you know that's the person you think you want to be with, you're either gonna marry him or you're gonna move on. But if you move on, you're always gonna be trying to figure out who I'm gonna marry. If every time you get to that point, you cut and run. So once your mind is made up about something, you just need to go ahead and do it, good or bad, right or wrong, or however it turns out. And once again, at least you did it. But once you know that, you're not really scared anymore. Most like anything, going to find a new job. Once you decide you want another job, you're not scared about it. You just prepare yourself for the interviews. You prepare yourself by taking classes. You just prepare yourself for the next phase, and you do away with the fear after a certain point in time. You can't be scared anymore because you're not happy with the situation that you're in.
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced this personally. I mean, I'm a terrible chronic overanalyzer, overthinker. Less so now than I have been in the past, but I also know that once I make up my mind about something, I really don't think about anything else. I can be 1 minute, I can be trying to analyze all the possible outcomes, what can go wrong, this and that. And then when I say, man, you know what? Bump it. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to just do it. Everything else becomes moot at that point. It's just, this is what I'm going to do. And then whatever happens after that happens.
Yeah, I think a lot of times our mind gets fixated on the fear. Instead of making up our mind, we start worrying about the worrying. You know, and it's like, I think that we have to, like, I'm one of them. I'm not impulse driven, but I do believe in instinct. And I do believe that your instinct guides you more than we give it credit for. But I'm also not one who's high on, what's very social constructs. Like, a lot of times a person's mind is made up, but, you know, uncle, pastor, coach, mama, dad, they think otherwise. And so the person won't do it, not because they don't want to do it. It's because they have put value in a person. And they're trying to respect a person, and they end up not really being fulfilled themselves from that, because they didn't make up their mind to pursue it. And because they didn't make up their mind to pursue it, they'll be like, well, I thought about it. I thought about it a couple of times. I said I was going to do it. but you never did it because so-and-so said don't do that. So-and-so said that that's stupid. Or so-and-so said now is not the time for it. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people don't realize that they're scared a lot of times to just be them.
Yeah.
But that's what life is. Life is about learning who you are. And if you surround yourself with the right people, once again, those people will help you nurture those things and help you overcome some of those fears. But you gotta have the right circle to help you do that type of stuff. And most people, tend to like what they like. But what you like isn't always the best thing for you. But you have to recognize that soon enough so that you don't get drawn down that road where you just become complacent and just go through life feeling like, I'm good, when you're missing all those other blessings and achievements that you probably could have, done if you had just applied yourself and not listened to other people. So once again, back to the old question. I've never listened to people. I don't think other people should listen to people. I think you should gather all the information, do the research, and make your own decisions. And once you do that, and once you're comfortable, you're not going to be scared. You're going to want to do it. You may still be a little timid about it, but as far as just the fear keeping you from doing it, I don't think that happens. But that comes along with growth in yourself. That doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a while.
Well, to your point, Karen says that fear is still something that she battles with because it's such a major part of her childhood. Tara said, what's a trip is when your mind is made up and forget to tell you. Just get things going and done. Trust that process.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's a great example of like sick and tired of being sick and tired, or you know that you need to do something and you go into straight beta mode and you start knocking it out the box. Ahmed said, I think it strengthens one's resolve, but might not eliminate all fear. Just teaches you how to handle the fear better because you have a goal in mind.
I agree.
Okay.
I still fear that when people truly look into my soul, they will not understand how very different I am. It's hard to be a circle in a land of squares. Well, I think the problem is it's not their responsibility to understand you.
Right.
You're giving them too much credit. It's your responsibility to understand you.
Right.
And that's how you create circles, really, because it's about people bringing themselves to the table, not you bringing yourself to the table. They ain't supposed to understand you. You're supposed to represent yourself and you let people know what you want them to know. But you got to know you and you got to be okay with you. And I notice like anytime I try to my best to remain humble until people try to take certain things for granted. Just like with the love is a parable thing. Like, you're not going to out-talk me about something I done studied and worked and did. You know what I mean? And so sometimes you got to pull a little weight and be like, no, this ain't no hobby for me. And so you got to do the same thing with your own life. Be like, man, I'm not playing with my life to sit there and entertain you and your thoughts. I'm going to do what I'm purposed to do, and that's it. And if that ain't good enough, here's the funny thing. We focus on who's not receiving us versus the ones who got their arms wide open.
Right. Guilty sometimes.
They sitting over here talking about why you ain't come to our party? Why are you trying to get in that party when we got the door open for you over here? That's truth, Jay. I don't evaluate and change my circle. It changes itself. It do. The more you, let me tell you this, the more you shine light cast out darkness. People will remove themselves out of your life.
Don't I know it? Don't even need direction. They just do it.
Gone.
Yep.
Poof, be gone. Let's go to the next one. Ready?
Yep.
Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations.
I think that is self-explanatory and is really in line with what we've been talking about. It's not, you shouldn't and cannot let other people define who you are, what you're going to do, what you can do, any of that. What you can't do, none of that. no one should be able to define that or come up even with a scope of that for you. And because if they are able to do that and voice it to you and you accept it, like Jay said, you're giving them too much credit and really too much authority. You're giving them too much real estate in your life and in your personal space. If they can do all that and you are even not hearing them, much less accepting them.
Yeah. What you got,
Just like Cordell said. I mean, I just think people put way more effort into other people than they put into themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A lot of people just focus on how they look, sound to other people rather than how they really just feel about themselves and how they sound to themselves. You are never going to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish if you're trying to impress other people when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Your goals should be your goals because that's what you want to achieve. You shouldn't worry about who feels a certain type of way about what you do. You know, just like that circle, that light casting out darkness, and your circle, you know, creating itself. The people that want to see you succeed will stay around you.
Yep.
Your success is their success.
Yeah.
Everybody that I grew up with, we grew up on the same street. All of us grew up poor, no fathers around, none of that stuff. Most of those dudes are successful, have been to college, you know, have families, are good dudes, have, you know, good men. And we've been friends for over 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see each other all the time. We don't talk all the time. But whenever something happened, when my mom died, those guys were right there. Every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to surround yourself with good people, and the good people will stay forever. They will never go away. They'll always encourage you. They'll always be there if you need them. And too many people have people who are just there for the fall, and then spring comes around, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to focus on what you want out of your life and not what other people want for your life. Because other people will have you like crabs in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you get almost to the top, they'll pull you back down if you let them. So it's okay when you distance yourself from family, friends, and whomever else is bringing negative energy into your space. And I think that's what it's all about, is negative energy and how you block it and keep it away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll say this, like the average person, truthfully, the average person doesn't move no more than 60 miles from their home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times with that, there's a rich perspective that a person can give within their experience. But then you also have to realize there are certain things that they haven't experienced. And sometimes we put an expectation on people to give us things that they know absolutely nothing about. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes that's the limit. Like my mom, she didn't take her first flight till she was in her 50s. Mm-hmm. And now my mama on and off planes like it ain't nothing. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? She's on and off planes like it ain't nothing. You know, 70 years old and got her life popping because at first it was a limit. You know, all she knew was Augusta. She didn't know that the world was so small that it was only a plane ride apart. Mm-hmm. You know, and so then I have to ask this question. If the average person blinks every 3 seconds, imagine how much of the world you have not seen. Mm-hmm. Imagine how many missed opportunities that may have happened when you blink. Yeah. So we can't assume that we have seen everything, experienced everything, but what we can do is acknowledge our limitations and connect with those who have traveled further.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Let me see. Tara came back with, this is why I don't think it's necessary to move in silence. Celebrate and share exuberance. Not to get approval, nor to be hindered. Your imagination and spark and a spark may be needed to ignite others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what you said earlier, Jay, bro, was, I mean, I think it really, well, not I think, I know it really makes sense. Too many people worried about the reception, how they're received by other people instead of worrying about, like I said, how they're received by themselves.
Yep.
You know? And knowing that it doesn't matter how people receive you because you can't control that.
Yeah.
You know, just like you can't control them.
Let's get to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
I definitely believe
Ooh.
that. Yeah. If there's risk in almost anything, and especially when it comes to making strides and breaking barriers, it is a risk. Progression is risk because someone had to take that chance. With progression with anything, someone or maybe even you has to take that chance because the progression may not be what happens. It may not be what you see or what you envision. Maybe something different. It still may be positive, maybe something different. So if you don't have the courage enough to take a risk, which could literally be saying yes to opportunity, saying yes to a conversation, or anything, then yeah, you outside of really just living, I don't think you're gonna accomplish anything.
Yeah. That's one of the things I wrestle with today, to this very day. I feel like I played it too safe early on in life, and I didn't take enough risk. And with that limited imagination when it comes to even Love is a Parable, I had limited because I was trying to play it safe. I was trying to do this, where now I have to be more courageous and take more risk if I want the things that I truly desire and believe I should have. Yeah, so that bothers me a lot that I did not take enough risk. Tara said, on the thread of blinking, we only have 2 to 4 minutes to live. Every time you breathe, you reset the timer. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow.
Tadal, what's going on, bro?
What's up, Tadal, man?
What you got? What you thinking about,
Well, it's pretty much self-explanatory to me. You know, every day we take risks. It just got to be. It depends on what risk you want to take, and on what, and on who.
Right.
Yeah. That pretty much all it boils down to. Who are you going to take the risk with, and what are you going to take the risk on? Are you going to go into business? Are you going to go to school? Are you going to, whatever it is that you want to do, you have to be courageous enough to take that step.
Elijah said,
"What's up, E bro?
What's going on, brother? Learning to live with regrets is part of survival."
That is correct.
That is correct. You correctly right, like my auntie used to say. I want to stop transforming and just start being.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm assuming just based on my experiences, you're always transforming. It just depends on whether you are happy with what you transformed into and you feel like you're good. Most people are learning every day, and they're still developing whatever, I guess, traits they need to get to whatever point they want in life. But I don't think in my opinion, I don't think I'm ever going to stop transforming. It just depends on, what your end result is. If you achieved everything you think you want to achieve, then yeah, I could understand that. And you would just start being whomever you have developed into. But most people are always, developing, always transforming, always thinking of new things. But again, there are people who are just good where they are. But that wouldn't fit me.
Your sister agreed with. She said, "Is that possible?"
Yeah. Well, and I think it's possible if you are at a point in life where you feel like there's nothing else you can do but live life as you currently live it. You don't see anything better for yourself. You don't see anything worse for yourself. You are where you are.
Yeah.
So I think that's very possible. And I think people live like that every day who feel like this is as good as it's going to get for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Karen said, I have to really talk myself into taking risks. I look at all the different outcomes and usually talk myself out of it. And today I came with no risk, no reward.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen said maybe they mean being in the moment instead of constantly worrying about the future.
Yeah. I mean, what I took from it was, because I think there's a difference between transforming and evolving. I do get as far as evolving, yeah, I do think that we always are evolving. As far as transforming and just start being, I took that as changing yourself to fit something or fit a situation or fit group of people, or changing yourself literally just to fit instead of just being you. And that spoke to me because in certain situations when I was younger and I was nowhere even close to knowing who I was. One, because I was listening to everybody else, and then two, because I just didn't know, because I wasn't listening to myself internally. Just being is literally that, just being you. There are so many people who, like myself when I was younger, transformed to fit in to comfort or just for acceptance. And so they're not being themselves. They're spending all their energy, transmogrifying everything about them to fit where they are, what they think they should be, where they want to be, who they think they should be around, and they're not just being. So that's what that says to me, is that, Ursula Burns said, I want to just be me and not have to feel like I need to change to fit.
Yeah. I looked at it as a form of awareness too, like self-acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at it as, it seemed like it is an exaltative state that the person is in. I don't know what the context was, but I got tired of being things that I truly were not.
Right.
You chase these dreams, you chase these things that you think will bring you fulfillment, and really it's just being you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And I you get tired of being a chameleon sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, even when you think about the Transformers,
I was about to go through
Optimus,
it, bro.
Optimus Prime ain't really no tractor trailers.
Yeah.
That's just what his being connected with. Now you change it. And I think people get tired of it when really they want to be themselves, but the truth of the matter is they don't belong here.
Yeah. Think about, like, if you watch any sci-fi movie or any like X-Men or like that, the people who can morph or transform in some of those movies, it takes a lot out of them. If they do it a whole lot, they pass out or they faint from the exhaustion. So think about, if you're doing that from a social aspect, from an emotional aspect, if you always transforming, like Jay said, it's an exhaustive state. You're like, man, why can't I just be me? But you don't feel that that's going to be acceptable or accepted. So you just, like Jay said, you transforming. You just.
Yeah. I didn't look at but to Uncle Marcus and Mama Jackie's point, I didn't look at it. I think you can be progressive and be.
Right. Yeah.
Like, be you, like, be comfortable in your own skin. And I think, like Uncle Marcus, like you said, you always were there.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even understand, like, what you mean? And I think, but a lot of people are born differently, where they still struggling with accepting them, but have embraced the whole imposter.
Mm-hmm.
The imposter syndrome is them every day, and they don't know how to be themselves. Oh goodness, it's coming in. Hold on. Where is that? Where is that?
We had Tara's comment.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel in this context, they mean existing in the presence as their best self. Transforming means they feel like they are constantly comparing and working to be something else. And Mama Jackie says sometimes not taking risk is about a lack of energy or motivation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree.
Tam, hey Tam.
What's up, Tam?
Said, I'm wondering if she means getting to a place of true contentment and not needing to change.
That's where I was with it, Tam.
Mama Jackie said exactly, but I don't know what that exactly went to.
I don't either.
Today I said, I think now would be a good time to let newcomers like me know what the current topic is so they can engage in conversing with you guys.
To now, man, we don't have topics anymore, bro. So what we're doing this season is we're talking about quotes. We're literally dissecting and really just talking about quotes and what we receive from the quotes. So don't worry about it, man. Anytime you come in from now on, it's not gonna be a topic. It's gonna be a quote. Technically, I guess that is a topic.
I was about to say, you said, there go classic Cordell. Go around and come back.
To end this, I think she should just stop transforming and just be. When she gets to a point where she is happy with herself, just stop transforming and be. Complete the transformation and live with whatever you transform to if you're happy with that.
I was thinking the same thing. Y'all know Uncle ain't used to staying up this late.
Hey man, hold on. let me just tell y'all. I cut grass today, and it's all in my eyes. So I'm not really tired. I'm not really sleepy.
Yes, you are.
Nah. Don't do that. Don't try to act like I'm 69 years old and fall asleep sitting at the computer and wake up and be like, "What y'all talking about?"
No, I can't say that. No, Unc definitely is up later than this because in the group chat that me, him, and Keon, another friend of ours have, we're up texting late, and a lot of times he does reply and stuff. So
yeah, when he wake up from his nap, you get older, you take naps. You don't take a whole sleep.
And this is a time when usually when Kevin Samuels is about to come on, so I get on there and watch him just give out a little bit of knowledge.
Adrian about to drive over to your house.
Ain't no need. She already
Sarah said transforming could also be code switching, which happens too often and sometimes is appropriate.
I didn't think about it like that. That's true. Yeah.
I'm just resting my right. Be waking up smacking. Like, why y'all gotta wake up smacking?
Why are you trying to act like I'm 70 years old when I wake up like, wow, what were we talking about? I told you disrespectful.
They be like, I hear you.
Y'all almost there.
I hear you. You know what? Mind your business.
You know what, baby? Don't do that. Don't you do it.
But she be up too. It's my point. How you know we up if you not? How you know we up if you not up?
You can do that when you work from home. You can stay up late.
Hey, Mama Garnett.
7 is not old, but the way you took that selfie is old. Look at you looking down at that picture.
You're disrespectful.
She said, "Kev."
Well, I know Chanel is a fan of Kevin Samuel, so
yeah, y'all need to invite me back so we can have a discussion on all those topics.
What topics?
The ones that Kev has offended so many women on that.
That put his quotes up here and talk about that.
Yeah. You know, like on Sundays when we get here, everybody gets to their feelings about it. I've had to get some people. There you go, Jay. Watch your mouth.
Yes, ma'am. I love you, and we're gonna talk about that profile picture when I come upstairs.
Oh, Jesus.
Rashia say, "No, I wake up early. Y'all still be up."
I wish I could say sometimes that's not true, but sometimes it is.
Okay. Positive brother shout out.
Let me see. Well, it's about to be frat year again, so I want to shout out to all my A5A brothers. I want to shout out to my poker buddies. Mike is on here. You know, they help me pay for some parts for my car every now and then they take it back. Just want to say, you know, just appreciate you guys having me on in the platform. I don't get to watch it all the time, but I do go back and check out the videos, and I like some of the things that you guys talk about. I think you guys should expand more into different topics, more like relationships, finance. There's a lot of things that you brothers could pass information on to other people who may or may not know. It doesn't always have to be this serious type of conversation. I want you guys to have some financial people on, because there's a lot of stuff in the Black community that I see now in the fields that I've worked in. I've worked in, you know, the tax office. I've seen Black people come in with all kinds of family property that, you know, they got 1 acre, but it's 642 heirs and all that type of stuff. We need to talk about wills and estates and all that type of stuff to help people, you know, plan for their future. But I like the platform. I like what you guys are doing. You know, I love you. And I want you to just keep being strong and doing what you're doing.
Like straight remix.
The whole process for the shout out.
How he gonna highlight some people and then scold us? We were reprimanded.
Hey,
We were reprimanded in 86 countries.
hey, Jay, that's what your uncle do. Boy, I'm gonna play your ass up, but I love you.
I'm proud of y'all. Do better.
And you see what Terrence said?
Jay, that's exactly what it is. Love you, boy. Love the platform. You could do better, but I love you.
Be like, why you ain't iron that shirt before you got on that? Let me see. Terrence said, "This is leadership."
That's right, Tara. Any chance I get to tell these dudes, but that's what you can do when you're an uncle. You can tell them, you ain't got to listen to me, but you better do it.
Like, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you whether you want it or not. But I ain't know I was trying to catch you. Better catch it. You better catch it throwing. Well, bro, it's on you. I don't know how you come from that one.
I don't know what to do now.
Like, you need to apologize. Sorry. Sorry, I failed you, uncle.
We'll talk about it this weekend. Don't worry.
Oh man, no. That really threw me for a loop.
He'd be like, I do better.
Hey, Jay, he don't even want to say nothing. That hey, just hang up. We'll talk about it later.
I just want to hang up. I just want to hang up the live and just. Well, I'll see y'all next week. But no, man, definitely want to shout out my brother Jay. Man, we've been doing this thing. Now we done add another one to the list. We done got reprimanded together.
Yeah.
On a you know what I'm saying, on the show together. But
that was constructive criticism. That's all.
Okay, uncle.
I'll talk to you after the show.
You done talk to us in the show. I'm gonna talk to you after. You done talk to us.
I definitely want to shout out to brother Jay, man. Like we had, we always have really dope conversations, but the conversations that we had this week when we talked about, when I talked to him about my revelation about, you know, the power of the spoken word and really just speaking affirmations and speaking the life that you want or things you want to happen to existence. Like that's just another profound conversation that we have on a mountain of other ones that we've had that happens on a daily basis. And so, like, I gotta shout you out, bro, just because this whole idea about doing the quotes for season 3, like when he said it, I knew it was gonna be dope. I just went with it because I know just what we have cultivated, but I didn't know it was gonna be like this. It was just like,
said we can be doper though.
he said we can do better. But I didn't know
that is correct.
I didn't know it was gonna be like this, and so man, I just got to shout you up, and because not only are you just pushing everything forward, the organization, everyone around you, but like you're even causing me to push my creative boundaries forward, you know, just because with everything. So I definitely got to shout you out, man. I'm gonna shout out Uncle for being an uncle, an elder, a true elder, but also for being himself and also just being a dope dude. I want to shout out Keon, E, all the other guys, Sean, all the other guys on the live too. And I also want to shout out Kerwin. I had a chance to have lunch with him earlier this week. And, you know, there are guys like Kerwin. I said this last week. There are guys like Kerwin out there who are really just 10 toes down, being the change they want to see and making a difference in the community. And they're not looking for a camera or any kind of recognition. Now, the camera follows them. Don't get it wrong. The camera follows them, and they use that to their advantage. But they're not looking for recognition or kudos, not looking to make money off of people. They're really just wanting to make change and really just make a difference. And so I want to shout out to all the activists out there who don't get community support because people are content to, like Jay said earlier, people are content with their service. They don't necessarily care about them as the person. And so, you know, I just want to shout out Kerwin and the brothers like him who are making a difference and sharpening other brothers and being brothers to brothers, because that's what we need.
I don't know what to say. I ditto what he said, and Uncle, I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna change my ways. Let me put this up again. I'm sorry, Uncle.
Put up what Adrian said. How about that? Put that up.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle. But yeah, Adrian said, shout out to you, for being a mentor, voice of reason, questionable, and a safe space for your nephews. Questionable. You are appreciated. That's true.
Yeah.
You are appreciated. Yep. Well, bros, I appreciate everybody, man. And I'm just in a nice reflective mode this week. And I just think everybody who's influencing and having things, I'll only be saying exactly what you said and naming all of the people, because our circle has meshed some type of way where get your own friends. Your friends, my friends, your family, my family, man.
Yeah.
Be like, who is who? But yeah, it'll just be the same people. And I just appreciate everybody that we have in our corner. Bro, I appreciate you. Unc, I appreciate you. You know that. And it was good to kind of have you on because I ain't seen you in a while and I miss you. Mm-hmm. And then I got in trouble, which was kind of funny. I'm going to play that back.
Yo, we got the clip.
Yes.
What are you talking about, man? All I told you was
change your ways.
No, sir. That's not what
do better.
No, that's
you
not.
You can do a lot better than
do
this.
what I told you.
Now, this nice and all. It was like you talking about your little house.
I see you walking around. I guess you got your little house.
I see I guess this is cute.
You know what? I ain't saying nothing else.
You didn't say everything.
Hey, don't be disrespectful.
You better stop. He done told you. Okay. All right. Oh, goodness. So, like we tell people, if this is your first time watching, we really do love y'all. And you just met
2.5.
Yeah.
Because we don't know about all right now.
Hey, Adrian, Adrian said, y'all know I want to curse so bad. So he already know.
Look at him.
Yeah.
No, I could see potentially you guys telling you to use your voice for other issues.
And look here.
There's the other third disrespectful.
Y'all doing all right over here with
No. There's the other third disrespectful nephew.
Your little show nice. It's cute. It's cute.
Got a little audience. Y'all doing a little something. What you need to do though.
Right. Y'all acting like, that's a nice little car you got there.
Honestly, I can say what I want to say because I ain't one of your little friends.
Yeah, exactly. What are you talking to? I ain't one of them little people you be playing back.
Okay, guys, we're gonna have to go. Guys, if you feel like nobody else in this world love you, you just met 2.75 people that do. No, you just met 3 people that do. We're gonna see y'all. We're gonna see y'all next week. Same time. All right, guys.
Cause as they raise in your spirits, you start embracing your fearless. You can't deny that you're clearing all the demons from your heart. Wishing it from the start. To any brother that wanna step in and be a part, cause it's easier to do it together than be apart. Hope to be the beacons of light that can shine in the dark.